Okay, and we back because this is what legally everywhere where we are legally looking into everything. And my baby, I wanted to go ahead and get you the international response to what is happening in Minneapolis with regards to ICE. So this is European Parliament.
Regimes very easily, and we need to fight against this, whether it's in the United States, whether it's in Europe, or in the European Parliament. What we want, a European Parliament which is a democratic institution and that fights these type of authoritarian trends. Thank you.
Prego, onorevole.
Thank you very much. And I now give the floor to Mr. Nemeth.
Distinguished members, what is happening in Minneapolis is uncovering the brutal consequences of the actions of ICE. This is institutionalized racist violence under the Trump administration without responsibility, accountability, transparency, or respect for the rule of law. Mass deportations, kidnappings, and the breaking of families are the new American dreams, is the new American dream a la Trump. The same goes for the murders of Good and Pretty. They're not accidents. This is all about fear, repression, and lack of accountability. Some autocrats in the European Union are also cozying up to these ideas, including the Slovenian members of the SDS party, who are part of the EPP group, are already announcing the establishment of a deportation office in Slovenia. This is not a security policy. This is a policy of fear, and we have to stand up against such tendencies. Slovenia and Europe must not become a laboratory for a Trumpist policy of repression. Violence cannot and should not ever be the answer. Rights and repression, that is what we need. The rule of law and not ICE.
Prego, onorevole Picula.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pizzula.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Commissioner. Actions carried out by the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement in several cities across the United States have raised serious concern that are showing us a picture of increased violence, hostility, and tensions that Trump's second mandate has enforced in the past year. Events in Minneapolis are deeply troubling. They raise urgent and fundamental questions about respect for the rule of law and the appropriate limits on the use of force by law enforcement. Accountability and transparency must be at the core of any democratic system. As EU parliamentarians committed to upholding human dignity and norms, I believe we should strongly condemn practices that contribute to heightened violence, hostility, and fear. The policies enforced under the current U.S. administration has significant repercussions, not only for the United States' own citizens and residents, but also for the global rule-based order that we seek to preserve. Thank you.
Grazie, onorevole.
Thank you very much. Ms. Gomez-Lopez.
Yo quiero hablar en este debate de la
In this debate, I want to talk about the terrible reality affecting children. How has a country like the United States ended up using a child to detain the parents as a bait? The ICE operations don't only affect children indirectly. Children are part of the strategy to detain the parents. They go to the school doors, to the nurseries, and they take the children so that the parents run towards them and then they can be detained. So how can you not condemn that? If it were your child who were in a detention centre for weeks on end, seeing that child suffer, decline in health, if it were your baby who had a respiratory apparatus because of the tear gas used to detain the parents, what then? Children are experiencing panic because the parents are not at home when they come back from school. Yesterday, we were talking about cyberbullying. Well, one girl committed suicide because her friends were threatening to denounce her parents. Trump says that he was concerned about children at the end of the Super Bowl, but at the same time, they are obliging Latin children to see their parents detained at gunpoint. What hypocrisy. And I hope that at least you have more decency than Trump.
Grazie, onorevole.
Thank you. Mr. Di Lupo. Migrants are seeking a better life. That's what my dad did. Millions of others have done it and will continue to do so. They're doing it today, they'll do it tomorrow. We can have a strict migration policy, but it has to be transparent and human-focused. If somebody is in an irregular situation, they can be deported. I can understand that, but not treated like cattle. And that's what's happening in the US now with ICE. Trump says that he's targeting violent criminals, but in fact, he's lumping all migrants together in that category. He's equating them all criminals, whether they be families, students, workers, anyone. They're all treated like criminals. And Trump is even taking on US nationals who question his policies. That's what happened in Minneapolis, and that is shameful. We can never accept such a policy. So, Commissioner, please do defend a firm, healthy red line of human dignity.
Ora
Thank you. I shall now give the floor to the Commission. Commissioner Cadiz to respond.
Dear President, honourable members, I will be very brief. The European Union will continue to act as a leader in upholding and promoting the observance of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. We will continue to engage with our partners on these issues, including the United States, in the interests of our citizens and in the interest of a fairer and more just world. Thank you.